Hello and welcome back to Fatal 12. On the last episode, you continued his attempt to detonate the bomb, and he has chosen the train where we first met, the very, very first time. Before death, I guess. And... well, while setting up, I didn't really notice at the time, but he's holding a key in his hand. And I'm wondering what that is actually for. Either way, we've confronted him, he's detonated the train. More or less. He's injured, but he's fine. So, it's more or less just time to find out, what's going to happen next. Come here, you. I can help you before it's too late. What do you have to gain by helping me? The heat, I feel, is nothing compared to what it must be like around you, who is at the locus of the explosion. I try to make my way over to him, but my body refuses to move. Use Cardbook, which remains completely unscathed, lays at his feet. I would have expected it to catch fire, but it's perfect. There it is, perfectly fine. The tattered and scorched remains of Yu's bag lay inside it. The keychain has been a bit damaged, but it's more or less survived the blast. Yu picks it up, ever so slowly. I bought the bag along with this keychain for the very first time. For the very first day I got to Japan. I didn't think much of it at the time, but when you look at it from, when you took it from me from Tokyo Tower, I felt like I had to get it back. It had become important to me at some point. At some point during the time I spent with Shigetsugu. Tell me later. Didn't read that. I apologize. I'd skipped too early. I don't know why I worried about him. All I need to do is learn his regret, but I can't settle down seeing him like this. Shigetsugu never locked the door when someone was home, but he would whenever we were out. You lock the door when you leave and unlock it when you come back home. That's common sense to you. I wanted that to be the case for me as well. I only realized that once Shigetsugu was gone, though. Once that desire of mine became unobtainable. If possible, I wanted to live a normal life, like all of you. My card book begins to shine. Not that I'm in any position to check it right now. I drag myself as close as I can before extending my hand. The unseen wall of heat around him pushes against me. The sweat buildup from my arm evaporates before I could even have the chance to draw off of me. That doesn't matter right now. Now you can finally kill me. You. A gust of smoke surrounds him all of a sudden, probably because of the swell of air that just got sucked into the car when the window broke. The flames grow more intense. I can't even keep my eyes open. The amount of smoke causes me to crouch without thinking. I must be trying to keep myself from breathing it in. My right hand remains extended towards you, though. It's the one part of my body that I still control willingly. I feel something solid touch it. Thank you, Rinka. I'm not sure if he speaks after touching my hand, or if I imagine it. Regardless, I feel my consciousness fade from the suffocating heat. I give in to it and pass out. Good evening, my lovely little slaves of fate. The next thing I hear when I regain consciousness is the ever-haughty voice. Goodness me, you certainly look subpar. I lost consciousness on the train due to the heat and smoke. The fact that I'm in the Court of Fate, which means that the week's election has started. I got on the train before noon, so that means I've been out cold for 12 hours. What happened to my physical body? Is it in hospital somewhere? Whoa! And Odette looking phased as always. Odette even has a luxury yawn. Odette, odd considering you can't usually be tired in the dream world. Meanwhile, Skill lets out a dramatic sigh. I'm not really sure what he's thinking based on his ambiguous expression. As for Federico, he seems awfully restless. He's tapping his fingers and tutting. I don't know how things stand between them. All I can do is guess based on what I see. At the very least, but it probably is still working on her own. Miharu seems somewhat relieved after giving me a quick once-over. Maybe she learned that I collapsed on the train somehow. Her not saying anything probably means she's still cooperating with the others under the pretense that we're no longer friends. So I turn my attention to numeral 4. There you stands unscathed. Based on this and Federico's case, I assume that has to be us. I have to assume that our state in the real world truly is not reflected in the dream world. An odd sense of self-relief washes over me when I see him like this. I guess that is useful because if he was in hospital clothing, it would give the opponents away where we are, and now we couldn't physically move in the real world. I'm not sure why, considering I'm about to elect him. I open my card book. All the cards in my possession fly out open once doing so, including the most recent one I gained. Numeral 4, Regret. It's used a regret card. Things seem to have grown a touch gloomy around here, no? I do hope here's something I can do to cheer you up. Oh good, how about you, our lovely goddess, sing us a little ditty? Don't waste our time. Yeah, let's just get started already. Not like I'm gonna elect anyone tonight, right? Shut it. Same goes for you, doesn't it? I wonder. Federico frowns in response to Odette's hearty grin. You'd have a hard time not being gloomy if you were counted among us as a participant too. Can't deny that I'd like to hear our little goddess sing for us though. Just get started already. Alan directs his comment to Parker, making his discontent obvious. There's an oddly functional flow to our conversation. Now that most of us know each other, it's different from when the Divine Selection began. That fact scares me. What a shame. My efforts to learn the songs you people know, all for naught. How do you go about learning them? Are you so curious? Yeah, I most certainly am. Odette isn't joking. I can tell she's serious based on the tone of her voice. I've spoken to her in person, so I know. It may have sounded inconsequential, but she's looking to get something out of Parker. I'm afraid I'll have to keep you in the dark. A lady is only as charming as the number of secrets she holds, no? Her choice of words makes her sound mischievous. Almost like a regular child, even. Can we get on with this? Use sharp tone. What? Use tone as sharp as it is called. It's obvious how little he cares for Parker. Now, no need to be so hasty, though I must admit, perhaps, I spoke a bit too much tonight. Allow me to begin tonight's election. Revolve, or Clock of Fate. Her stock phrase signals the beginning of tonight's election. The clock hands at the center of the court begin to revolve. Nothing she does is any different from normal, but tonight sounds completely different to me. The reasoning why is simple. Tonight will be the first night I elect someone. There's no reason for me to hesitate. My fate's already been selected. Tonight is my last day. I'll do what I need to and perish. It's somewhat ironic, though. It's the exact mindset you believe to represent a hero. I'm going to elect someone. Oh, well then. I straighten my back and regain my posture. My eyes directly fall on you following that. He's still the same gentle expression from before. It's the same expression from back when I first met at dinner when he first ate the dinner I made for him. Even so, I like number 4. I have to utter those words no matter what. Very well. He proceeds to question the other participants. Parker proceeds. Never mind. Guess it's my turn now. Odette makes her way. Odette makes her intent loud and clear whenever when her turn comes around. What's this? Go ahead, numeral 11. Yes, I'll be electing numeral 1. I nod my head in silence. I'm scared in all honesty. Once I eliminate you, it'll be my turn. I know I've accepted the inevitability already, but it doesn't stop me from being scared. Mainly because it involves returning to the flame that's sleep deep within my memory. Wait a minute, what's going on here, Rinka? Why are you being elected? Sorry for keeping this from you, Miharu. I uttered Miharu's name in the Court of Fate. But you did reveal it previously, so I think it should be fine. Please don't apologize. I'm leaving the rest to you. Wait a minute. Why is this happening? Reverse the direction, please. I'm begging you. Is that even possible to do, Parker? Fortunately not. Numeral 1's election has already been processed. So there you have it. Not like I take it back anywhere. Your friend accepted this on her own. She's right, Miharu. You understand what it means, don't you? I do everything I can to stop my emotions from bursting out. It only makes things harder for Miharu if I break down now. I made the decision for myself. It's the only way I can bring Naomi back. You can't. You can't honestly think I'll accept this. Take care of Naomi, will you? I'm not sure how things were between you two, but please be a good friend to her, alright? As for Mao, I guess you don't need to worry. It's obvious that you know her word better than I do. Rinka, this can't be happening. Parker, do something about this, please. Parker ignores her plight, instead moving to the question to Alan as to whether or not he'll be electing anyone. You three, try to get along, okay? Miara doesn't give me a proper answer. With that decided, tonight will be numeral 1 and numeral... Where? Yeah, and numeral 4, followed by numeral 11 and numeral 1. This will allow me to begin the election procedure. My platform begins to move in tandem with her statement. User platform does the same. Rinka! Rinka! Snake. Miharu's voice gradually fades in the distance. It's an odd sensation, to say the least. The way my platform ascends almost feels like I'm in an elevator. There aren't any walls around it to support it, but it somehow feels like I can't actually fall off of it. That's how smooth and steady the ascent feels. I'm surrounded by unfamiliar scenery once the platform stops. Almost like I'm perched high above the clouds. There's nothing but darkness below. I can't see Miharu or the other participants from here. You, on the other hand, stands directly across from me. You got elected as well, huh? Yeah, it was the only way I could bring her back. I won't apologize. It's your fault for not electing me when you had the chance. I'd be mad if you did, after my struggle to find the resolve to elect you. Good evening once again, my dears. Parker's voice rings out of nowhere. I didn't even notice her arrival. It's like she just appeared out of thin air. She has a big smirk on her face. Oh my, what irony night brings. What? Oh, pay me no mind. Do begin. The process is quite simple, you'll find. Okay. I pick out and announce use 3 cards, just as she instructs me to. I honestly don't feel much as I do. I mean, the same process is going to happen to me right after. Unless this influences our regret, and... because we don't know ours, right? Flames envelop me. No, do we? I think we do. This is the side I recognize. It's almost the exact same scenery I witnessed when I died, after all. My line of sight is much lower than usual, though. That's when I realize it. It's from Yu's perspective. He's sitting down after having crushed my throat. I'm human. I am... His lungs had lost their function. His skin was charred, and his very cells have been obliterated. And now I'm a hero. His words fall on deaf ears. This is how I should be. Not as much as he tried to breathe, his blood refused to carry the oxygen. Not like the air could even reach his lungs at that point. Right, Mama? It was doubtful that he could even speak properly at this point. That wasn't a concern of his, though. He just did everything he could to speak his last words. He did it to convince himself, to reassert himself. It's not. But that effect didn't last for long. I don't want to die. His lungs were shot. He couldn't speak anymore. I don't want to die. Help. Those were why he ended up being his last words. He unleashed one final scream, marred with regret and redemption. His vision was dyed red following that, and the flames burned away the contradiction and sins he bore. Those were Yu's final moments, weren't they? Yu had already disappeared by this point. Do wait right here. Do wait right there, my dear. Parker wastes no time in addressing me. Not long after, Odette appears across from me. Yo, a friend of yours sure gave me a verbal beatdown. She's gonna be okay after you're gone? Surprisingly kind, aren't we? You don't need to worry, Miura's strong. She won't lose to the likes of you. You think? Whatever, we can get that started already. Understood. Odette opens her card book before Parker responds. She picks out 3 cards. Her name is Rinka. She died of suffocation. I was prepared for the possibility of having all of my cards. What? I was prepared for the possibility of you having all my cards, but I guess this isn't the case. That would be one method to prevent your own elimination. I'm a lot more calm up here than down below, though. Memories of my death resurface. That's right, I'm already dead. That's why I'm so calm right now. At the very least, my death is around this time around will be for no mistake. I wonder if this is how Miura felt. If so, this isn't right. I'm calm, but I can't stop crying. Christ, you're making this tough. Your regret in life... I guess that... What? I get... Your regret is your regular life. I guess that's just like you, huh? Odette touched before announcing my regret. Sorry, Mao. Naomi Mao and Miharu. My fate is sealed. I'm going to die. I'm sorry, Gran. Forgive me for going out like this. I've simply been avoiding the truth all this time. There have never been any way I could accept my own death. I've just done everything possible to keep my mind off of it. Can't hold my emotions back any longer. It's fine though. This is it for me. It was good while it lasted, kid. You kept me entertained for a bit. This is the end. Is it though? Is it really? It seems to be. Is there anything more? I find myself here alone. Here's the final destination of Parker spoke of. There really is no point in the world without Rinka. Divine selection. Last night served as the end of those hellish days for me. I was ready to give up the very moment Rinka was eliminated, but she didn't allow me to do that. She wanted to show that Mao and Naomi wouldn't lose us both. And I don't want to break a promise with the person I love. So I survived until the end. How I managed that feat could be the story for another time. As a result, Parker resides within me once again. It must feel good for her. What? This place is really nice. That really is nice. I wish I could come here with you. A clockwise stands in the distance. Rinka seems to be fond of this place. I once desired to come here with her, but there's no more than a distant dream now. If possible, I would become the goddess herself in an effort to alter fate. to create a world in which Rinka never died. You owe me her run. You hear Mao shouting over to me. She's the only one and only person I can call my friend now that Rinka's gone. The time I was able to spend with her had dwindled due to my efforts in divine selection. It marks today the first time in a while we'll be able to spend time together. It's been ages since we've hung out together, isn't it? Yeah. Mao stares off in the distance as she replies. The scars left in our heart through Rinka's death will never heal. She was just too important to us. We can still imagine her being here with us wherever we go. It's something I've come to accept. Just being able to see her is enough for me, even if it's only an illusion. None of the issues I've been facing since before the divine selection has been resolved. My excellence is something I've never been proud of. That being said, it was an essential factor in my survival in the divine selection. My life goes on, even if I am alone. Shouldn't be too long now. Oh, here she is, Neorine. Sorry for the wait. Along comes Naomi, my junior. She trips over herself so often that sometimes I think she's doing it on purpose. She pulls herself back to her feet with a flushed face. Rinka had one final wish before her elimination. She wanted the three of us to get along. Let's get going, Naomi. Okay. Wait. Were you always this friendly towards me? Our friendship has only begun. That's right. Huh? There's no need for us to be so formal anymore. Oh, quite the change, Miharon. Did something special happen? Not really. I realize that nothing changed unless I take the initiative myself is all. Okay then. Let's go, Miharu. This is the first step towards fulfilling Rinka's wish. If Rinka herself is gone, the least I can do is to ensure that all the traces of her desire remain. Perhaps by doing so with time, I can sort my own feelings. That may lead the fog in my heart to clear up. Life would have been easy had I always thought like that. For granting her wish. From what I'm told, this is a bad ending, so where do we even go from here? I guess load, because the only choices we've actually had are on the... yeah, doing after school. Wait, it wasn't one a Golden Week? Yeah, the Merry Times at the Theatre Park. Doing after school. What else do we have? The White Visitor, which is... So one of these, I'm assuming, is the way to, I guess, change our fate. There's so many choices. Maybe if we go through them all, we can figure out the right one. However, I think since we got to a bad end, we should call it there. You know, and we start afresh next time. With that, yeah, hopefully I can see you in the next one. Goodbye.